What is going on, guys? Andrew Trades here, and today we are going to be talking about some recent NIO news that hasn't reflected on the stock price because it has been going down for the past few days, but I think is absolutely crucial and a really big step in the right direction for the future of the company. We're going to be talking about their January delivery numbers, possible American expansion, and also some agreements that they made with the Chinese government. Now make sure you stick to the end because the US market expansion is definitely the most interesting one and will have the most impact on NIO's stock price. And I just want to thank you guys so much because on Thursday, at the time that I'm recording this video, we just hit 1,000 subscribers and you guys have shown so much support, so I just want to thank you guys so much for that. And if you haven't already subscribed and you are enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on those post notifications because a lot of the stuff that I put out is time sensitive, a lot of it is news based, so you want to make sure you are early for that. But now that the intro is done, let's get right into the news. So NIO came out with their January delivery numbers just a few days ago, and of course they exceeded expectations where they delivered 7,225 vehicles, which is the most they've ever delivered in a month. Now this consisted of 1,660 ES8s, 2,720 ES6s, and 2,845 EC6s. And the total delivery of NIO vehicles has reached 82,866. These delivery numbers show NIO's massive growth in the Chinese market over the last year, gaining speed on a rival like Tesla and showing their dominance over other companies like Xpeng and Li. I also forgot to mention that this is a 352.1% year-over-year increase, so this just shows how much demand there is in China for these NIO vehicles and how much they are improving over the past year. Now, NIO announced today that it has entered an agreement with the Chinese government to build a world-class smart electric vehicle industrial campus, and will be built with leading international industrial innovation capacities and scale. Now, this goes a lot with the whole NIO lifestyle and the NIO life, and of course the NIO home. And we talked about this a lot. NIO isn't just trying to build a car company, they want to build a brand and a lifestyle, and they want their customers to be as satisfied as possible and not just be limited to the electric car company. Now, the investors also claim that they're going to continue to reinvest profits into the company in order to help grow NIO. Now, this government also gave NIO a bailout back in last spring because they were having trouble meeting financial standards. So it seems like the Chinese government really wants to push NIO into the spotlight and wants them to succeed, and also believes they could succeed or else they wouldn't be pushing so much money into this company. Now, NIO Incorporated is also buying back $850 million worth of NIO China. Now, if you don't know what NIO China is, back last spring, they were in a lot of trouble, so the government had to bail them out like I was just talking about. NIO made this subsidiary called NIO China, which basically contained almost all the assets of NIO. Now, in exchange for the $1 billion they received in a bailout, the investors got about 24% of NIO China. Now that NIO has been doing a lot of stock offerings and getting a lot more cash on hand, they have started to buy these assets back. And today they bought 3.3% back, which cost them about $850 million, raising their total stake in NIO China to 90% compared to about 75% when they first received the bailout. Now, this is really good for NIO investors because they're basically buying all of their quote-unquote debt back, or the assets that they had to give to the investors that invested in them when they got bailed out. Now, NIO is going to be partnering with furniture retail giant and real estate conglomerate RedStar in order to build 60 charging and battery swap stations. Now, NIO is going to be receiving support from RedStar for the construction and operation of these stations, which is going to enhance the quality of energy replenishment services for NIO customers. Now, NIO's vice president said through this strategic partnership with RedStar, NIO will accelerate the replenishment of energy and is committed to bringing a more convenient replenishment experience to its customers. Now, the president of RedStar's parking business also said NIO Power is a very important partner in their ecosystem, and in 2021, RedStar will strengthen the strategic cooperation with NIO and give NIO more support. Now, my most popular video on my channel was my thoughts and highlights of NIO Day. And on NIO Day, William Li talked about how he wanted 500 battery swap stations by the end of 2021. Now, he was already making that goal happen, as in December they announced that they are going to partner with the Chinese government in order to create 100 battery swap stations by the end of 2021 with them. And in that video I theorized that they're going to have a lot more partnerships in order to get this done, and it is kind of coming to fruition now, as you can see with the RedStar partnership. And I think this partnership is going to be really good for NIO, and I expect to see more partnerships throughout the rest of the year to help the exponential growth of the NIO power swap stations. Now recently there's been a bunch of buzz that NIO has a job opening on LinkedIn looking for people to work with the US markets. Now we've seen something very similar to this where there was an exact same job opening, but it was looking into the European market, specifically in Norway. Now this rumor was actually confirmed by William Lee just a few weeks ago in an interview, saying that they plan to expand into Europe in 2021. Now if NIO also plans to expand into the United States, that would be absolutely huge for the company, and it should send the company skyrocketing. Now I have the screenshot on the screen here. As you can see, it says business plan for the US market. And the responsibilities are work with American companies and teams to develop American business strategies. And they want to combine NIO's model and in-depth market insights to promote innovation and implementation of business models. Now this last paragraph is very key. It says formulate an action plan to enter the US market and pull through the cluster resources in the headquarters based on key deliverables. Now, I actually did go on LinkedIn and double checked, and this is not a rumor, this is confirmed. I did see the job opening myself. Now, this should be obvious on how it's going to affect NIO sales, as expanding into the European and American markets is going to absolutely skyrocket their delivery numbers. Now, after all of the news that I just told you, you'd probably expect the price to be skyrocketing, but in fact, it's actually playing out this nice bull flag pattern here, and once it gets above the 60 level, it is probably going to break out, which is why I have an alert set on there. This fade has been super low volume, which is good, and it's been pretty much consolidating between 55 and 60 for the past few days, which is of course healthy after this huge run up into NIO Day. Now personally, I am still surprised that it is consolidating because the American market news is absolutely huge for the company and is going to do great things once they actually confirm it. Now as an investor, I am always adding into dips, but if you are trying to trade the stock, it does look really good if it can break out of this bull flag. It did have a false breakout here. It rejected this 65 level pretty harshly, so that's definitely going to be some resistance. But I think if you do buy time, if you're buying options contracts, or if you just hold your shares for a few weeks, you should see a big profit, especially if more bullish news continues to come out. So I'm sure you guys have guessed already, but I do have a long-term position in NIO. Make sure you guys do your own research before buying into it. I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. I am just showing you guys my research and what I found and why I like this company so much. But with that being said, I am buying this dip. I do think that this doesn't really make much sense to me because of all the bullish news that have come out. So I'm just going to take advantage of the opportunity and buy more and more shares. But other than that, that's all the news that I have for you guys today. And of course, if you do enjoy the channel, make sure you subscribe because I'm going to continue posting videos about trending topics, investment ideas, and possible watch lists with technical analysis. So thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers. We are on the road to 10,000. I'm going to continue to grind, continue to put these quality videos out for you guys because your support means so much to me and it makes me want to continue to throw these videos out. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.